Morning guys, Friday morning, beautiful morning. It's going to get cold tonight apparently, huge front coming in. It's big news, so it's all over the place, all over the news. So it's going to get cold down here, I think tonight. It's coming in tonight, apparently going to drop the freezing, which I didn't believe that. I mean, we've had freezing temperatures before. I've actually seen snow in Florida, believe it or not, a good few years ago, but it was snow. I was actually on my way to that morning, got up early. I was going to a course and I went out the back and it was snowing. So, you know, not beyond the limits, but it's possible. But I like snow, so, and I like the cold, love the cold. So I'll be out there doing some meditation in the cold. Neighbours are probably going to look out the window and think, wonder what the heck I'm doing there. Today I want to talk about letting others be right. You know how, especially around this time, you start getting into the season and paying visits to family and friends, and conversations start, and you can get into some pretty heavy discussions. But it's about all respecting each other within that discussion. You know, I've got a mate back in England that I have some really good discussions with him, and you know, they evolve around some pretty heavy subjects at times. I'll move the camera because the old sun is like the subjects are pretty heavy at times, but you know, we're always respectful of each other's views. They get a bit heated at times, not arguing, just one believes one thing and the other person believes the other, and there's no shifting. But you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinions. Everybody's entitled to their way of thinking. Doesn't mean it's really right or wrong. It just is. It's just words. And then the ego can get in the way of that. You know, thinking that you're bigger and better, or if you get that little bit of a ego kick where the person has the big screen TV that you want, or the big car that you want, or the house, or any number of things. You know, you can look at that and then start comparing yourself, and then your ego starts kicking in. Why do that to yourselves, guys? Is it worth it? Is it worth bringing yourself down, trying to change somebody else? If you can't change them, you know, some people's views, I'm sure you have them, I know I do, when you've got those strong views, and unless you open up and listen and be able to take in another view, or take another person's opinion, then you ain't shifting. You know, my dad always said, and it actually makes sense now, and I used to say it to myself a lot. He used to say, no matter who's standing in front of your son, they could be going crazy and they might not be making any sense whatsoever. But he says there's always something that you can use, and he's right. There's always, if you listen to them, there's always something there that you can catch on to, and you can either you can either benefit from it, or a piece of information that you can, learn from, which obviously is benefiting from. But leave your ego at the door. That's what the Buddhists say. Leave your ego at the door. Why mess with your ego? Once your ego gets in the way, you've had it, guys. Because that ego takes over and it thinks it's better than everybody else. And when it thinks it's better than everybody else, now you really got a problem. So let others be right. that person that keeps on going on, and you know they're not making really any sense, or they're not with your views, let it be. Why waste your time? Why ruin your day? Why ruin your friendships? Just let it be. You know what you know, and you know what you care about. And if that's your views and that's your opinions, then that's up to you. That's your choice. But to try and change somebody else's opinion, not even worth it, guys. You're going to end up having a miserable holiday season, because a lot of it goes on. Egos. Stay the course, guys. Namaste.